This is scheduled for one fall. It is for the Dream Masters BA Championship, as Grayson the Superduck Russell, who's been on an absolute roll, defends the title against someone who claims to be a BA. Of course, that being The Miz. Russell is a fighting champion, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think it really matters who he faces. Always wants to push himself to be the best. And by facing all of the random people he does, he lives by that. Rochester, Minnesota. Should be interesting. Grayson the Superduck Russell from Atlanta, Georgia. And of course, The Miz is from originally from Columbus, Ohio, now Hollywood, California, via. And here it comes, speaking of which. The Miz. Superduck Russell enjoys to play mind games, so we'll speak. Miz getting the respect he deserves here on this show. There were some off-air comments between these two, so this is a impromptu match, I guess you'd say. The challenge was made by The Miz, who said, "Oh yeah, you think I'm a joke? Let's see." And of course, the Superduck wants to see what all the hype is himself and see just how tough The Miz is. Hence this match. Goes back to the old thing, as I mentioned earlier, that. And here comes Superduck in his alternate attire. How about that, folks? Superduck in his Nirvana t-shirt. Looks like he's ready for a matchup here. Someone's excited. Russell in jeans and a t-shirt. Looks like he's ready to fight. You don't often get to see the alternative attire. You got the Superduck logo on the back, of course, and Nirvana, one of his favorite groups. Who doesn't like Nirvana is a better question. And there you see it, the Dream Masters BA Championship that is on the line. This is the first time these two have ever faced off one-on-one. Again, from Columbus, Ohio, The Miz via Hollywood, California. And of course, his opponent, who at this rate in this show doesn't need any more introductions, from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in tonight at 122 pounds. He is the current Dream Masters BA champion, Grayson the Superduck Russell. Fans with a great reaction for the young man from Gainesville, Georgia. Grayson about to take on a person who's been around wrestling for a while and simply wants to know why what all the hype is. Best way to find out, challenge the man to a match. And to be fair, The Miz has been around the block a few times. And the Superduck already trying to go in for the win. Taking The Miz, and The Miz now drop kick to the shoulder blades. And Miz already starting off striking quick. Oh, high cross body. I should mention title match rules are in place. Pinfall, submissions, knockouts, anywhere in the building. Getting a 2 count on the champion. Superduck says he's not afraid of losing. He just wants to know how he lost. And then, of course, remember, any titles that do change hands, the champions are the first ones to get an opportunity. Unlike that match we saw earlier with a crooked referee. As Grayson Russell now bending Miz in half. Grayson is a well-rounded athlete, both trained in jiu-jitsu as well as Greco-Roman wrestling, and a champion of both. Very well versed as he tosses the Miz around. Oh, the Miz catches him with a kick, however. Perhaps wasn't down long enough, and now the Miz with a figure 4 leg lock, perhaps. Not a traditional jiu-jitsu hold, but it is painful nonetheless. And Grayson Russell, being trained in jiu-jitsu, he is probably also a master of knowing how to avoid such confrontations, such moves. There's a straight right hand, nothing scientific, but effective. As Russell now bending the Miz, bow and arrow type maneuvering. That is a standard side headlock. Oh, right, that's not a side headlock. That is a submission hold right there. Yeah, I didn't realize he had that locked in. And Miz almost went nighty-night. As Russell striking, Miz had the answer. Miz is going to bring the experience, as I mentioned. Russell with a spine buster, using Miz's own momentum against him. Into the cover. And Grayson, the Superduck Russell from Gainesville, Georgia, showed the Miz just why he is the champion, and is probably still scratching his head to figure out what the heck the... Perhaps maybe getting a shred of respect from the young man. Tremendous showing by both. As you see the Miz, I didn't realize he had that, almost a variation of a variation of an anaconda vice. But in the end, Russell showing why he is a champion, and congratulations to the young man retaining the Dream Masters BA Championship. He has ended September successfully, folks. Stick around.